So, hello everyone, and thank you so much for coming today again for this session for Higg FEM 2024 updates. And today we will cover the section 5, the wastewater. So by the ones that do not know me, my name is Sandra Teixeira, and I have a chemical engineering degree and a master degree in energy engineering from Portugal. I count with 24 years of experience in the textile industry, and 11 of those were spent in the field, in the factory field, in the wet processing. I have developed several activities as quality assurance, developing new products, team managing at a Portuguese retail brand, and also worked as chemical sales engineer. And in the past few years, I'm more dedicated into performing environmental audits in several European countries, including water, energy assessments, as well chemical risk assessments. Another note regarding the using of the Zoom in this webinar, that during the session, the audience will be muted in order to ensure the best audio quality, but in any case, feel free to address us your questions throughout the Q&A function here below, and we will reply them at the end of the session. Also, following up, we will send you an email with a link for this presentation as well for the video recording. Also, we would like to point out that these materials are copyrighted by Cascale as well by Leadership and Sustainability, so please do not share them outside your organization. And for today, the agenda is the welcome and introduction as usual. We have also the introduction of the overview of the schedule of the FEM 2024 cadence. We also have then the section 5, the wastewater, some added value by implementing the Higg FEM, and about leadership and sustainability. And then we will have open to your questions. So looking and going into the Higg FEM 2024 cadence overview, here again, we highlight that you can purchase your modules from November 2024 until October 2025. Then you can perform your assessments since November 2024 until December 2025. The posting of the modules is allowed since January 2025 until December 2025, and the verifications can also be done from January 2025 until December 2025. Again, if you wish to have your assessment locked for benchmarking, you need to have completed this until the 30th of April of 2025. So going again into the cadence or the changes from 2023 to 2024 cadence, and here in the section 5, the water section. So this section refers to the water that is leaving the site and is not intended for reuse within your facility. This wastewater that can be significantly cause of environmental pollution if not handled, stored and transferred, treated or disposed in appropriate manner. So if your facility uses water for any aspect of its operation, there will be some form of industrial wastewater or liquid discharge. So this includes all manufacturing and or commercial activities within your facilities site footprint, such as industrial processing, lubrication, cooling, maintenance, cleaning, and domestic use, like the dormitories, the bathrooms, the showers, the kitchens. So if any of these exist within your facilities, then the site as some form of wastewater and associated discharge effluents. And wastewater discharge can take many forms. Process effluents arising from several stages of your industrial or agriculture or commercial processes. The cooling wastewater or other non-contact wastewater, like flushing chillers, blow down from compressors or boilers, sanitary domestic wastewater from toilets, sinks, etc. Other types of liquid discharge that can include also stormwater runoff, that sometimes is referred as surface water runoff from rooftops, hard standing areas, and car parks. And also the fire water runoff from the firefighting drills. So this section is covering all of these. And also here we can see again the trail for the FEM verification. And today we will focus on the wastewater topic. So wastewater, as said previously, can be a significant contributor to pollution and contamination of surroundings, natural systems, and communities, if not managed, treated, or disposed in appropriate way. The operational, environmental, and financial impacts of wastewater are key issues for the facility operations, and driving efficient water use and reducing the amount of contaminants discharged to environment from facility operation is an important area of focus for all facilities. By identifying and characterizing wastewater sources at your facility is highly encouraged in this section. Track the quantity of wastewater generated and discharged from your facility. If applicable, ensure that wastewater discharge adhere to all legal requirements for on-site or off-site wastewater treatment. Then also ensure that on-site wastewater treatment systems are designed and operate appropriately, and contingency plans are in place in case of treatment system failures. Identify, characterize, and track sludge generation on site and ensure it's disposed appropriately. And align with progressive industrial wastewater standards that are focused on eliminating or minimizing the discharge of hazard chemicals. Also, by implementing leading practices and technology to improve wastewater treatment and increasing the reuse or the recycling of the wastewater. Wastewater at your facility can be generated from several sources, and it is characterized as follows. That is domestic wastewater, wastewater that originating from wastewater from domestic or sanitary use. Industrial wastewater, water that is being used for manufacturing processes and no longer meets the quality standards for beneficial use. And the stormwater, water that is originated from precipitation, rainwater that accumulates on and on runs of roofs and standing surfaces like cars, parks, etc. And as resume or summary of the new questions that were added in the Cadence 2023, the monitoring wastewater quality, like the BOD level, is really encouraged to follow up this parameter. The biological treatment processes and sub-processes, the treatment plant functioning, collaborate with...
Sandra, excuse me, sorry that I interrupt you. We had some comments that they cannot hear. Can we get some more responses? Can you hear us or can you hear Sandra well when she's speaking? It seems they can hear you. Okay, so this was just a problem for just a few people. Sorry for interrupting, Sandra.
No,
Please
thank
go
you,
ahead.
because I was not aware of that, and thank you for your warning. So I will restart the slide so we can go with the flow again. So as I was saying, the resume of new questions, monitoring wastewater quality, and here is highly encouraged for you to follow the BOD level of your processes, your biological treatment sub-processes, the treatment plant functioning, and the collaboration with the off-site ETP in order to improve the treatment processes. Also to tracking wastewater sludge, industrial and domestic sources, manage district sources of wastewater sludge, and also regarding the sludge management and documentation. So you should have well-marked sludge storage areas, proper manifest or documentation, handling, transportation, processing, and disposal. And regarding the compliance and testing, so legal and ZDHC wastewater requirements, sludge tracking by source, if it is domestic resulting, or if it is resulting from industrial wastewater. And here we can see the levels for the questions in the wastewater section, that we have level 1, level 2, and level 3. And here we can see the highlighted questions in bold were new heads in the cadence 2023. For this cadence for 2024, there were no adds, so no new questions in the wastewater section. So as example for wastewater management in level 1 questions, we have the example of question 2, monitor BOD level. Does your facility monitor the BOD level of your wastewater? A sub-question, how many biological treatment sub-process does your treatment plant consist of? And the suggested uploads for this question, you should upload the documentation or the monitor of the BOD5 in your wastewater. As example, like the sampling and analysis reports that you may have, on-site monitoring records or logs, and the sampling plant that shows that your BOD5 sampling practices. Also, the question, how does your facility monitor the BOD level of your wastewater? If it is before treatment only, after treatment only, or before and after treatment, and or if you are following all processes, including sub-processes levels. And a complete table with the following questions should be replied. If you are monitoring, BOD5 is monitoring before and after the treatment. So the wastewater type, the responses will be pre-populated based on the wastewater sources that you have previously declared. If you are monitoring all the processes and sub-process, here you should fill up the information regarding the biological treatments, sub-process, and responses will be pre-populated based also in the number of sub-process that you have reported. So according to the information that you are inputting into the platform, this will be pre-populated automatically as you go. Also additional information requested if you are doing BOD5 is monitored before and after treatment. So which are the wastewater types to indicate whether each sub-process is aerobic, anaerobic, or facultative. Is your BOD5 level prior to treatment in milligrams per liter? What is your BOD level after treatment in milligrams per liter, and how was the BOD value obtained, or which method of sampling or testing were you using. For the BOD, in case you are following the BOD 5E and monitoring in all process and sub-process, also here you should report biological treatment sub-processes, the wastewater type to indicate whether this sub-process is aerobic, anaerobic, or facultative, and what is your BOD level immediately prior to the biological treatment sub-process, also in milligrams per liter, and what is your BOD level immediately after the biological treatment sub-process, and also here you should report it in milligrams per liter, and how the BOD value was obtained. Another example for level 1 question and regarding the sludge management: how many separate and distinct sources of wastewater sludge are managed and disposed of? Describe the source of each type of wastewater sludge generated at your facility, and what is the percentage of solids of your wastewater sludge that you generate. The question 9, also regarding the sludge, in this case to tracking this sludge: does your facility track its industrial wastewater sludge generated in the reporting year? How much industrial wastewater sludge in metric tons did you generate in your reporting year? If the domestic sludge is combined with industrial sludge, it should be reported here. Then question 11, does your facility have well-marked designated wastewater sludge storage areas? And the practice in place in the sludge storage areas. So you should prevent permeability into the ground and its inert to nature to protect from exposure to precipitation and stormwater runoff. Industrial and domestic sludge stored separately. The industrial wastewater sludge storage area is protected from unauthorized employees. And going into the level 2 questions, an example, we have the sludge tracking by source again. Does your facility track wastewater sludge by each source, which includes all sludge generated on site and it's disposed in your sludge inventory? And as suggested, you should upload all the documentation, plans to upgrade your septic system or discontinuing the use of septic system and direct wastewater to an authorized off-site wastewater treatment facility. As examples, the records of purchasing of a wastewater treatment system, the contractor or plan to construction of a new treatment facility or removal of the septic system, the agreement with the off-site treatment facility to begin receiving the facility's wastewater. And also the suggested uploads in this question are the off-site wastewater treatment plan, plant to quality test records for the FEM reporting year, if provided. Also, the documentation of your requested to off-site wastewater treatment plan for wastewater quality records in the FEM reporting year. And as a question for level 3, we have the collaboration with the off-site treatment plant. Does your facility engage, collaborate with your off-site wastewater treatment plant to improve their wastewater treatment and engage in recycling? And here, the collaboration of the off-site treatment plant. So how much in metric cubics of treated industrial wastewater was recycled back into your production processes? And here you should also enter the percentage of the treated industrial wastewater recycled back into your processes. The annual percentage of industrial wastewater recycled is calculated as follows. So you should have the percentage of the recycled rate that should be equal to the recycled use divided by the recycled use plus the wastewater discharge and multiplied by 100%. So if your production and domestic water use cannot be separated, the total annual water use should be used here.
Sandra, if I may, this slide or this title of the question is about collaboration with the offsite treatment plant and not about recycling. So this question is about making sure that you collaborate with the offsite treatment plant to support them in treating your wastewater in a good way.
Exactly. And here the benefits of how recycling the process and how it's conducted within the facility. And uploaded all the documentation regarding the recycled water that you may have. Again, the tracking records of the quality of the industrial wastewater recycled, the meter logs, the data tracking worksheets and charts and calculations. So water recycling system designs, drawings or water flow diagrams showing whether or and how wastewater is recycled and used. So we also would like to highlight that this section, wastewater, also has quality data requirements, like the tracking of wastewater volume by domestic, industrial, or combined meter cubics and separate the sources of the wastewater sludge if they are domestic or if they are from industrial processes, how many distinct sources of wastewater sludge you have, the percentage of solids of this wastewater sludge, the quantity of industrial and domestic reuse and recycled water, the quantity of industrial wastewater reused for production in meter cubics, and the quantity of industrial wastewater recycled for production. So, and also the quantity of domestic wastewater recycled for the domestic purposes. All these information you should keep in organized way so you can easily assess and also compare your wastewater sludge and wastewater generation, compare with the incoming water and see if the values are matching, so you can understand if your process is being treating all the wastewater and how effective this treatment is. So this is what we have prepared for today regarding the wastewater section and going through the added value by implementing the Higg FEM. And here we also would like to show you the map where LES team is located around the globe. Also where we have our local experts for FEM verifications in several countries of Europe and Asia. And also we would like to highlight our collaborative services with CDHC as Leadership and Sustainability's Chemical Inventory Verification Services, in-check verification. And since November 2024, we are partnering with CleanChain, that is an approved solution provider for the in-check generation reports So, and you will benefit for generating the ZDHC in check reports with CleanChain by the chemical inventory management that suppliers can upload and maintain their chemical inventories within CleanChain, ensuring up-to-date records. Also, the integration with ZDHC Gateway. So CleanChain connects with ZDHC Gateway, allowing for seamless access to ZDHC chemical module and the extensive product library that will be having access also. And the performance monitoring. So CleanChain offers tools to track chemical usage, manage the safety data sheets, and monitor all overall chemical compliance throughout dashboards and scorecards. And also LES ZDHC current services, the ZDHC trainings in several topics, in-check verifications, and the supply to zero level 2 and level 3 verifications. So also here you can see where our experts for ZDHC verifications and trainings are located. In Bangladesh, China, India, Pakistan, Portugal, Tunisia, Turkey, and Vietnam. And note that these verifiers are authorized to perform verifications worldwide according to the customer requirements. So this is also our team, global team, and here you can have access to our contacts, our website, so please feel free to call us and send us your questions, or if you need any support in any of the service that we have showed here, we'll be very happy to support you on that.